How's it going, everybody? All right, so I made a stupid mistake and had proceeded to play the game for about 5 minutes before I realized that we weren't even recording. However, not much was missed. I literally woke up in that same barren wasteland as the last video, and then I kept walking, and there's no supplies anywhere. We found the remains of the second squad. They didn't actually show any remains, and we had the choice to either bury them or leave them. I chose to bury them, so now we're completely depleted of energy. As I said before, we have zero, just nothing in terms of food, warmth. It's all barren. And, before I continue, I should actually say thank you all and welcome back to another episode of J Plays. I appreciate you joining me for a game that we haven't touched in quite a bit of time. But fortunately, this one seems completely narratively driven. So there's not really a steep learning curve in jumping back in. I think the only thing that I may struggle with is just balancing out when to use certain supplies. But as you can see, we've only got 3 fire and 1 medical kit left anyway, so maybe everybody doesn't survive this particular journey, unfortunately. I hope not, but things don't look good for like Kali right now. I also want to add that as I'm walking through this bleak wonderland and realizing that in the previous video we had made the choice to give up our quest for the one dome that was our original mission and go for another dome because we were told that the original dome was no longer a good place. I think it was beset with like war, right? Like there was a rebellion going on or something between 2 factions, and we just decided to avoid all that noise. And I'm hoping, even though this is bleak and we found the former squad, glory and success usually comes from pain. So if we were having a good time right now and all of our squad members were happy and well fed and warm, by the time we got to the dome, I'd be like, this is going to be a bad ending for us because it was way too happy a journey. We need that turmoil in order to become successful. So all of this is preparing us for good fortune. At least that's how my brain is trying to manipulate this. Exodus. Sheltered from the winds, the squad advances through an automobile graveyard, a Lazarus convoy judging from the emblems on the side of the vehicles covered in snow. As they move around, the squad members begin to understand what the piles in the snow are. Bodies, hundreds of dead bodies frozen for eternity, a mass grave in the ice. There could be something to find here. We have to search the area. We are struggling. I know it's gonna waste a lot of energy, but we gotta find something. Stepping between the bodies and the hulks of vehicles, the squad discovers the convoy had come from another dome, DM2 on the coast. Squad members soon realize that the convoy shared their own objective. The cold must have set in suddenly and brutally. Ali manages to find some leftover combustibles hidden in the trunk of a truck. The squad has found wood. The squad is tired. Right, we got something. I say we go ahead and rest up real quick and just use the fire to at least warm everybody up. But it's not going to do much for those who are like hungry, and it's not good right now. Not good at all. We're going to max out the fire and try and boost morale. We don't have any food to give, and Kali, we're gonna lose Kali, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give this last kit to Kali. And our best bet is to send somebody out. I'm gonna say Kali because she's the only one like full health, so send Kali out to try and find us something out there in the wilderness. Come on, Kali, don't fail me. Damn it. Empty-handed. It's impossible. Yep, they decided to remain silent. All right, we gotta go. We gotta keep walking. We've got nothing else. Like I said, at this point, I don't know who's gonna make it. I really don't. Something doesn't happen here soon. We can't even fight at this point. We would lose. We won't get far without food. Trust me, if I saw some food, I would have grabbed it. We're gonna lose somebody, man. Well, while we continue to walk, again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has decided to click the video and continue watching J Plays. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and leave a comment about your favorite video game. Maybe we'll add it to the list so we can get it up on the channel. I love playing through other people's favorite video games because, I mean, that's how you get the best experiences. That's how we experienced Lisa the Painful, which was a really great recommendation that I enjoyed. And I can't wait to actually start playing some of the other games in that series. And then if you are a returning subscriber or a viewer, welcome back. I know it's been a long, I think, what, month-long break since playing anything outside of the Resident Evil, which we just finished up. Unfortunately, I kind of got wrapped up in filming, and I just couldn't devote the time I wanted to the videos on the channel. So I decided to just give it a break until filming was finished, so I could go back to this and just focus on this. The Sleeping Dome. Finally, after 68 days march, the squad approaches the Sleeping Dome. It is less impressive than the Citadel, but the ice gives it a majestic appearance that fascinates the squad. Security systems seem to be activated. Is good or bad? Ollie heads to the main gate. The security system is easily breached by an expert in Lazarus systems. Come on, let us in. The gate opens delicately after a hacking procedure that proves elementary for Kali, leaving the passage open for the squad. Who was welcomed by a gentle, appeasing voice. Welcome, Lazarus employees. Oh, is that good or bad? Is that good? I can't remember if Lazarus is good or bad. We got the Sleeping Dome achievement. Oh boy, this looks deserted and not suitable for life. We may be in trouble. Thermal regulation system. This dome was an experiment by the architect. It is capable of resisting extreme temperatures and generating a sufficient quantity of energy from the outer layers of ice to enable the survival of a limited group of people. Oh shit. We did not find something for our colony. I think we made the road. We probably should have proceeded on to the Citadel. This is no bueno. And I was worried about this. I thought we were making the right decision. I really did. I really did. But sometimes things just don't work out. But I'm not gonna lie. Usually I have pretty good success rates when it comes to like narrative-driven games that are relying on choices. I feel like usually my choices work out in my benefit. And every once in a while I get some bad stuff that happens. But when that bad stuff happens, I don't feel too bad about it because it always feels like it fits the storyline. Like it makes sense. Whether I lose a character, or it's just not a happy ending, bleak ending. You're just like, that made the story more real. Hopefully that's what's about to happen here. Because I don't feel like this is a good ending, so hopefully the latter is true, at least. I'm confused. Where am I walking towards? Okay. Artificial intelligence. Squad members' eyes boggle at the sight of the electronic shape. Sure, the Citadel has artificial intelligence, but nothing like this. The computer seems to be weighing them up and analyzing their every move. Where are the people at? A calm voice is heard. You are inside Dome D125, an experimental Lazarus emergency superstructure built to resist the most extreme temperatures. What are you doing here, employees? The AI asks. Sid explains their mission to save 250,000 people from extinction by finding a new refuge capable of accommodating them. Hope that's a limited number of people to you. After Sid's explanation, the AI responds, unfortunately, Dome D125 is incapable of accommodating that many people. Its life sustenance system needs to limit the population level in order to regulate temperature. Oh, we failed. We failed. The D125 can only host 100,000 entities simultaneously. Are you certain of your information? Squad members look at each other and confer in silence. Their choice is crucial. Reprogram the population limit. Destroy the artificial intelligence. Finn is injured. Oh, they're all injured. Tell the AI that the Citadel's population is smaller. Inform the Citadel and tell them to sacrifice a part of the... Oh, shit. Alright, so again, we're faced with a very, very difficult decision. Probably the most difficult decision of this entire game. Destroying the artificial intelligence, I don't know why that would even be a choice. I feel like, isn't that part... It's probably part of the system. It helps regulate this entire thing, so we probably end up dead. So that's probably not the best option. Telling the AI that the Citadel's population is smaller seems like a good answer until all those people show up, and then it's like, nope, I just told you, can't handle all these damn people. You're all gonna die because I can't regulate the temperature in here. We can reprogram the population limit, but again, that goes right back to the people show up, and it's like, okay, I just told y'all asses, I can't handle all these damn people. Temperature, you know, F's up and we're dead. And then finally, we have the decision that is the hardest, probably most, I don't know, at this point, probably the most viable, which is informing the Citadel and telling them to sacrifice a part of the population. I don't know about the whole sacrificing a part of the population. What I would personally want is, we got 100,000 people that we know that we can fit here. The other 150,000 are gonna have to make the march to the Citadel and hope to God that that works out. But we have a place for at least 100,000 people, minus, you know, us four. I'm thinking that's the one we should do, because that's the only one that seems kind of smart. Everything else, you're risking everybody at that point, you know? So, yeah, so I think we're gonna go with inform the Citadel and tell them to sacrifice a part of the population. Squad decides to let the Citadel manage the problem. Squad has gone too far to retreat now. The only solution is to sacrifice a part of the Citadel for survival of the rest. The squad asks the artificial intelligence to contact the Citadel. The operator is at first happy to hear from them. Then when they have described the situation, his voice darkens, aware of the grave choice that now lays in the Citadel's leader's hands. The squad settles in, enjoying the comforts of the refuge, which seems both too large and too small. I should have went to the Citadel. Is that the end? At least all four of our players survived. I'm not honestly that happy with this ending or this outcome. This one doesn't feel good either. And they probably lost a bunch of people on the trek over here. Probably could have been like, yo, come anyway, and we're probably gonna lose 150,000 of y'all anyway. Citadel planned the exodus, the largest it had ever had to undertake. Their destination, the Sleeping Dome, their civilization's new refuge. The hazardous and arduous journey took a year and a half. The hostile environment finished off the weakest, and rations were critically low on several occasions, but the people showed great resolution. The journey was long, but finally the remainder of the Citadel population crossed the icelands and reached the Sleeping Dome. More than half of the Citadel population was abandoned there in silent chaos. They could have went to the Citadel. Or not the Citadel, the whatever dome that we were trying to go to. The remainder crossed the desolate wasteland of the world to join the squad in the Sleeping Dome, soon renamed the Icy Dome. Refugees settled here and made it their new home. The populations were assigned lodgings and roles, and the political functioning of the old dome was re-implemented. Is that good or bad? Good or bad? Good or bad? Let me know. What is it? Many refugees found the sacrifice acceptable as no other viable solution existed. They tried to convince themselves that they made the right choice, but a few months later, when communications with KM3 were cut off by the Great Wave, reality struck home. Stricken by grief, the refugees picked up their normal life again. Squad members also returned to their regular routine from before the expedition. They still felt a strong bond between them, but it was difficult to ignore what they had lived through. Could life ever feel normal again? That's tough. That's a tough one. Wow, dude, look how many endings there are. Last Day Expedition, the Tetramorph, and Strunov. 68-day short expedition. Game time only 1 hour and 23 minutes. A very short game. 6,215 paces taken. And we are emissaries, optimists. We favored, I slide over and see that? Favorite behavior, distrust, character most listened to was sin. Yeah, that was a tough one, man. We made it, but damn. We killed 150,000 people. At the end of the day, we're no better than Thanos, really. I mean, he only killed half. We killed over half. Yeah, it sucks. That one sucks. All right, so there you have it. That is the ending of Ashwalkers. I knew we didn't have that much left. It just couldn't fit in the last video. So here we are. And wow, yeah, I guess we'll go to the Steam page and go ahead and give our final thoughts. I'll see you all there. How's it going, everybody? Here we are on the Steam page for Ashwalkers, which, as you can see, is currently actually on sale. 20% off gets you a $9.59 deal as opposed to the $11.99 that I probably paid. Final thoughts on Ashwalkers. Well, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because we did have such a long period in between the first however many videos and the final video. I feel like the story didn't impact me as much as it probably would have had I played it consecutively, which is, you know, I can't fault the game for it. That's on me. From what I recall about the storyline of finding this dome and then being kind of diverted because we thought there'd be a better option at the sleeping dome, I feel like it was a pretty damn good story. You know, game-wise, like I said, there's not much to it other than to kind of click and watch your characters walk. And even when it came to the choices, I mean, this was just a hair above a text-based game because a lot of the things you just had to read and you didn't really see. Like, obviously, there was some environment and some artistry, but like the 4 sleeping bodies that we found, like there were no actual bodies. It was just snow and you just read it, which is cool if you have an imagination, which I like to think that I do, but I don't know. I feel like when it comes to video games, I'm much more of a guy who likes to see things. I like to, you know, it's a video. I like to see what I'm actually looking at and not read it and have to imagine it in my head. But sometimes that does work artistically. And for this game, I don't feel like I don't think it hurts it all that much because the writing wasn't terrible and you could visualize pretty well. And they had enough there that it helped you to kind of contextualize the words and create this world for yourself. So I like the game. I don't think it was groundbreaking. I don't think it was like extraordinary. It's not something that I plan on going back to, even though I saw all those endings in there. Maybe if I had like some downtime and I was just like, I've got nothing else to do, I'd go back and see what happens if you go to the original area. But for some reason, this one doesn't hook me in the sense of I want to go back and experience all 30 endings or whatever there is, which is not to say, like I said, it's not a bad game. I liked the game. I don't know, there wasn't enough in there for me. It's a good story. The story's done, time to move on kind of thing. So I would give it a solid 3 out of whatever I put on the screen. Yes, that's actually all I really have to say about Ashwalkers. If you decide to check it out for yourself and switch up the choices and get to your own ending, I'd love for you to drop a link in the comments below so I can check it out and see where we went wrong or where we went right. Because I mean, that to me is the beauty of this game, is that there does seem to be so many diverging paths in so many ways that we could have handled things that I'm absolutely positive there's a way more happier ending somewhere in there. And actually saying that out loud kind of makes me want to go back and see if I can find this happiest ending. I just feels like it'd be a long hour for me to get there, to just replay all this. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about it. But anyway, I want to thank you all so much for joining me for this episode of Jay Plays. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game. And like I said, if you decide to check it out for yourself, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. Also, if you just have a favorite game in general, remember you can always drop it in the comments below, and we will be sure to check it out on the channel because I love experiencing other people's favorite games. That's how we found Lisa the Painful, one of probably the best games that we played this year. Or was it last year? It was this year. Really fun game. I'm looking forward to continuing that franchise and seeing what else is in there. But thank you all again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Deuces.